Hello, I keep forgetting the intro. Let's try that again. The Ringmaster is in, and today we are visited by my good friend. Say your name.
Ryan.
Yes, Ryan. And today we are reading a fan fiction. I'm reading this mainly just to mess with Ryan at this point because I'm just fine. I'm mellow with this. I'm just done being annoyed by this shipping. So, the name of the story is Killer Love.
Oh God.
Can you guess what shipping it is yet?
I can already tell.
Homicidal Lou and Jeff the Killer. It's only got one part though. So, this is a kind of long part, but it's not too long, so let's read it. Author's note. I have not seen any good Homicidal LiuXJeff the Killer fanfictions. And I'm like, this needs to be written. It might not be good, but I'll try. Jeff sat alone in his dark room. The blood dripped from his knife that had shined in the moonlight as it slid through the black curtains of his room. We get it, he's in his room. The Slender Mansion was quiet. Slender Man does not have a mansion in the middle of the woods that all these anime hair boys can go live in. For goodness sakes.
You're funny when you're angry.
I am not funny, I am serious, Ryan.
I know you're serious. But still.
I don't know anymore. Because everyone was out killing. Except for Jeff, apparently. Jeff had been thinking about his brother lately. Sorry. I had to make a really weird sound to express my disgust for this shipping.
You mean that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Let me perfect my Jeff voice real quick. That was probably the awkwardest camera angle you guys will ever see of me. I had my computer monitor facing straight, and I used the arms of the chair to lift myself into the air so I could put my legs under me. That was probably so awkward for you guys. I am so sorry. I will never do that ever again. Anyway. Go to sleep. Lou, he whispered. Lou, I'm so sorry, he shouted and started crying. He could be a killer, but he still had a heart. Jeff cried. Oh, okay.
No, he doesn't have a heart.
No, he doesn't. He burned Jane alive after, assaulting her in a certain way that women should never be assaulted. Jane is one of my favorite pastas. Anyway, he shouted and started crying. He could be a killer, but he still had a heart. Jeff cried and covered his eyes. 'Cause Jeff the Killer cries. He's a sociopath.
No, he can't cry because he's got no eyelids.
Yeah, exactly. Also, he's
Let's
a
remember
sociopath.
this. Yeah, he's a sociopath. He doesn't feel empathy or sympathy. So
No, he
he can't
does
cry.
not. Where was I? He covered his eyes, felt as if his brother's arms wrapped around him. He heard his brother's voice. It said, "It's okay, Jeffrey." Then it faded away slowly. Jeff slowly uncovered his eyelids. Sorry, I forgot what I was saying. Jeff slowly uncovered his lidless burned eyes and looked around, sniffled, and stood up. Jeff opened his window and headed out quickly. So he could just simply go out the front door. I just noticed that there was chocolate on my face. 1 second. The chocolate is gone and we're back. What seemed like hours, Jeff walked down an alley alone. When did he get to the alleyway? Or the Allie? I think that's Allie. A-L-L-Y. Oh, for goodness sakes. A-L-L-Y. It's Allie, but I don't know if it's what they're looking for. Allie has an E in it. A-L-L-E-Y. So, there's a spelling mistake. Not surprised, this is a Jeff the Killer fanfiction. Then he heard someone after him. Pat. 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 It was all he heard. As he walked down the dark alley, he turned around and drew his knife quickly. Saw a shadow. He saw a shadow. For goodness sakes, the grammar mistakes. Who are you? Why are you following me? The figure stood motionless. Jeff took a step towards it, and it danced off into the darkness. That's a beautiful image in my head. Just trying to imagine something dancing off into the darkness. I see them either salsaing or break dancing. Or doing the Gangnam Style. Just doing the Gangnam Style off into the darkness. Anyway. Jeff growls. G-R-O-L-E-S should be spelled G-R-O-L-S. Hey! He shouted as he ran after the shadow. Somehow, the figure was faster than him. Convenience! The only person who was ever faster than him was his brother. Isn't Lou Jeff's younger brother?
I think so.
Yeah. So how is his younger brother faster than him and taller than him?
Well, it can happen.
Yeah, it can happen, but it's like extremely rare, so convenience!
Convenience. Yeah.
Yay, convenience! Okay, I'm done making horrible jokes. Let's finish reading this, if I can. I just hope it doesn't get romantic. Oh, it doesn't seem to be getting romantic. Thank God. He just seems to be pinning his brother to the ground. So this isn't a Jeff x Lou fan fiction. This is just Jeff and his brother fighting, kind of. Anyway, Jeff tackled the slightly taller figure to the ground, squirmed, rolled, and clawed and kicked in his attempt to get away. Who? Jeff? Bad grammar! I mean, seriously, Jeff tackled the slightly taller figure to the ground, squirmed, rolled, clawed, and kicked as an attempt to get away. Okay. Jeff pinned the figure down and tried to get a look at the strange person. The person's breathing was steady, and his face covered with a hood. Jeff could see the glowing green eyes. Because, yeah, now Lou's eyes glow. He ripped the hood off.
Obviously.
He ripped the heart off the person. His jaw dropped wide open. I thought you were dead. So, since this video is only 9 minutes long so far, we're gonna go find ourselves another fan fiction. Just to torture Ryan because it's fun.
No, it isn't fun.
As you can tell, the camera angle changed because you can barely see the ceiling now. Anyway. Cuddles are the best kind of medicine. Woodcest. Homicidal LiuXJeff the Killer. Prompt. Warnings. Warnings! Yowie. Boy ex-boy. Mild swearing.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Incest. Obviously. A bit of gore. But that's what this fandom is all about, so I think... No. Creepypasta is supposed to be creepy, not gory, or else it would be called gore pasta.
Well, gory can be creepy as well.
If done right. If you squint, there's a bit of angst. Well, duh, it's Jeff the Killer.
Damn it, it's edgy.
Well, duh, it's Jeff the Killer. Jeff the Killer is the edgiest creepypasta out there, with as many crappy cliches out there. Yeah, we've read that part. Okay. It was a late summer's night, although quite rainy, but a certain someone decided it would be a perfect night to go on a killing spree. Who, may you ask? Who do you think it is?
Oh, please.
Nope. Just who do you think went on a killing spree?
Jeff the Killer, obviously.
Yep. Well, it was Jeff the Killer himself. Sadly, he got caught by a cop, which usually wouldn't really bother him because he could usually fight one off. What about armed police officers, people? Oh my goodness gracious. Alrighty.
Bad touch, stranger danger.
Oh, for goodness sakes. Okay, now that I'm comfortable, I can read. I've lost my place. Alright. But that changed when he was attacked by more than one. He had luckily escaped and made it out unharmed. Convenience! Jeff the Killer superpower, people.
Convenience.
Jeff is a superhero, confirmed. Well, besides the obvious cuts and bruises that littered his body, that's not unharmed.
Yes, that's not unharmed. Retard.
And the slight limp he had. Besides that, he was fine. He has a slight limp and obvious cuts and bruises. He is not unharmed. I am dying a little bit on the inside reading this story. How many chapters are there? Oh, thank God there's only one. He ran towards his house. It was his old one from where he turned into Jeff the Killer. Are you hearing this?
Yes, I'm hearing it.
For goodness sakes, this is ridiculous. Where was I again? Oh yeah. His house and street had become abandoned after he became widely known as the psychopathic serial killer named Jeff the Killer. Oh, so they knew who Jeff the Killer was, yet in the story it clearly stated that Jeff the Killer was unknown and ominous. Is this just some basic fangirl trying to basic fangirl here?
Yeah.
Yeah. His neighbors, in parentheses, remaining, were scared that he would return and kill them, which he did do. For those of you who can't tell, this is a sarcastic slow cat.
Job.
Beautiful. The only thing is, he wasn't alone when he did so. He had his brother with him. Yeah, his brother that he murdered. Someone he had been searching for before he came back. His brother, LiuXJeff, had forgiven his brother and stayed by his side. Yeah, because you can just forgive someone who murdered you. Sorry, but when it comes to Jeff the Killer, or anything involving him, I have a whole bunch of salt. I don't have anything against the author. I have a whole bunch of salt against the character. He's edgy. He's heavily cliched. I need to go find his original story and read it and just be like, yep, this is my opinion on this sucker. Anyway. The only thing is he wasn't alone, blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah. But not just his brothers. I don't want to finish the sentence. Can you kindly just read the sentence for me?
Sure.
Let me just grab, 1 second. I'll just type it in. Please just read that for me. I don't want to say it.
But not as brothers, as lovers.
You can't finish the sentence. It says, but not just as brothers, as lovers. I'm done. They were perfect for each other, and they were happy every minute of their relationship.
Hey, that's pretty good.
That's beautiful. If only it wasn't brothers. Screw the fact that they were brothers. They were happy, but Lou wasn't too happy when Jeff came back home.
Oh.
I don't know how Lou sounds. You're late, Lou said worriedly. Is that even a word? Worriedly.
Worriedly.
I think that's a word. He's sitting on the couch reading a book.
Woo.
He sitting on the couch reading a book. I'm a grammar Nazi, okay? I'll admit it. But for goodness sakes. He was sitting on the couch reading a book. Until the sound of Jeff opening the door rang in his ears. Because the sound of a door opening rings. He saw Jeff with his hood up, most likely because of the rain. He thought. And him looking downward at the floor. Huh? Jeff replied nervously. Damn it! He cursed in his mind, wishing Lou wasn't still awake. He quickly turned his head and kept his hood on. Shouldn't you be in bed? I could ask you the same thing, Lou shot back. Okay, so normal conversation. So far, it's semi-okay, except for the fact that Lou and Jeff are dating. They're brothers. Kill me now! Yeah, just kill me now.
Incest.
It's the worst thing imaginable. I mean, I watched Wrong Turn. It was a great movie. But the cannibalistic, incestual monsters were horrible. Incestual is a word that I just made up.
No one likes incest.
Unless you live in the backwoods of West Virginia. That was horrible. I am so sorry, and let me itch my foot for a second. I have returned. I still have to itch my foot. Never mind. When I finish itching my foot... Okay, finally. Now, where was I? Why aren't you looking at me? Why aren't you looking at me, love? Okay, now I'm sick to my stomach again. Are you trying to hide something from me? He added in an even more worried tone. Jeff shook his head, but kept his head facing the ground. He didn't want Lou to see what happened, so he tried to leave the room, but Lou was already a step ahead of him. Oh, no you don't. Lou grabbed Jeff and pulled him toward him. He pulled off Jeff's hood and grabbed his chin to look at him. He gasped a little and frantically started speaking. Jeff! Oh my goodness! What happened? He said, as he studied the bruises and cuts on his face and neck. He also noticed Jeff's small limp when he walked. Blood and dirt covered him all over. Well, I kind of got into a fight with some cops. Lou's eyes widened in shock. Cops! Jeff nodded his head and Lou sighed. Well, go upstairs and get washed. I can prepare some warm clothes for you. Then I will get the medical kit and make some hot tea for you, okay? Okay, so far Lou is the most adorable character I've ever seen. For the record. I think he's the highlight of this story. I don't even like anything related to Jeff the Killer, so any The Killer remakes, Lou, Jeff himself, I don't like it.
Damn.
But in this fanfiction, Lou is hilariously awesome. Love it. 10 out of 10, would Lou again. Jeff can go F off.
No, she doesn't like Jeff a lot.
Yeah, I did one of those Zodiac things where it was like the different pages and it said your killing partner, Jeff the Killer.
She hated it.
Yeah, I kind of typed in, Jeff, beautiful, as the comment. Anyway, Jeff nodded again and fled upstairs. What am I going to do with him? Lou sighed to himself. He quickly got on work preparing some warm clothes for Jeff by putting them in the dryer that luckily still worked. Convenience!
Convenient.
He then found their medicine kit from the bathroom and made Jeff some hot... Wait, isn't Jeff in the bathroom taking a shower or whatever?
Probably.
Couldn't he have just waited for Jeff to get out the shower? I mean, I understand that they're dating and whatever. Like, let's just forget the fact that they're Lou and Jeff. Let's just put them as person A and person B. Person A and person B are dating. You should at least give them some personal space while they're showering. Anyway. This is making me so mad. I hate this fan shipping. It is horrible.
Yeah, it's not very nice, is it?
Bathroom and made Jeff some hot tea to warm and calm himself down. So he made Jeff some hot tea to warm and calm himself down? Okay. They were lucky that the house still had electricity and everything. Nobody came to disconnect them from anything. They were too scared that a certain serial killer was still there. I just realized something. This could be placed in the future after they found out that Jeff was the killer, but they couldn't catch him. Okay, now this makes sense. So it's not just convenience, it actually makes sense. That is actually new for Woodcest shippings. Well, any shippings in general. A few minutes after he had done what he needed to do, Jeff came out of the shower soaking wet. He looked a bit better now. His cuts were still red, but they weren't infected or bleeding like before. Because, yeah, water makes your blood clot.
Yeah.
It does? I thought water would make it bleed more. 1 second. Does water make your... Does water make your booty bigger? Does water make your face clear? Does water make your fingernails grow? Does water make your nails grow faster? Does water make your blood thinner? Water does thin the blood.
The blood.
Yes, I just looked it up. Anyway, back to reading the story. He didn't seem to look so bad, and all the dirt and blood from before was washed away. Jeffrey quickly swung his arms around his lover, which we are just all going to forget that is his brother. He nuzzled his head into his brother's chest. Okay, I guess we aren't. I love reading these. Especially aloud to you, because it's hilarious. The psychopathic killer felt strong arms hold him. So, I guess Lou canonically is taller than his brother. Feeling better? Feeling better? A voice above him said. Jeff nodded his head and nuzzled into Lou's chest more. As much as I love you being all cuddly, you're gonna need to get dressed. Let me check you for wounds. So, was Jeff just naked? Or...
Probably.
Knowing Jeff the killer, more than likely. Okay, anyway. Jeff groaned, but complied. He let go of Lou and grabbed the clothes Lou had gotten ready for him. He sprinted upstairs to get dressed. Maybe he did have a towel, I hope to God. Lou watched him and silently sighed. He got Jeff's tea ready after it was done. He brought the tea and the medical kit upstairs with him. He walked up the short flight of stairs into Jeff's more like their bedroom. He opened the door to find an already dressed Jeff on their bed. He walked over to him and set the cup of tea on their dresser. Yes, there and they. and theirs. At least they've got the pronouns right for all the things that belong to them. Ow, my neck. He ordered Jeff to sit up, and Jeff did. Jeff seemed nearly asleep, but was awake enough to allow himself to get checked and bandaged up. Once Lou was done, he let Jeff lay back down and got ready for bed himself. Jeff already went in the covers and whined for him to get into bed with him. Sorry. You were having no reaction to this. Have you lost all emotion? Has your brain melted?
Well, you wouldn't mind me saying that, but...
Oh, for goodness sakes. Jeff seemed nearly asleep, was awake enough to allow himself to get checked and bandaged up. Blah, 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 under the covers, whined, blah, blah, blah. But was quickly shut up when Lou was done and crawled into bed with him, which immediately caused Jeff to cuddle up to Lou. It's adorable, but it's horrible!
Yeah, it's adorable, but it's incest.
I'm dying slowly. My brain is slowly
Just imagine
melting.
someone else. Just imagine two totally different people.
I'll imagine that it's... I don't know who I'll imagine it is. I'm just going to label them as person A and person B. But I have to read their names.
Damn it.
Because,
Just say person A and person B when they come on.
minutes in peaceful silence. Lou closed his eyes, was almost about to fall asleep when Jeff broke the silence. You didn't have to do this, you know, Jeff stated in a matter-of-factly tone. Lou opened his eyes and stared at him, confused. What do you mean? Why can't I just say that Jeff's side? Why does I have to use labels like his partner? Jeff said, befuddled. His partner's side. I mean, you didn't have to take care of me. Lou opened his mouth to say something, but Jeff beat him to it. I would have been fine without you doing all that. As long as I get to curl up with you at the end of the day, I'm alright. I'm dying slowly. I will say this over and over, but my brain is melting. This is going to be the last one. Last one we read. Or that I read and have you react to when you're having no reaction.
Sorry.
It's okay. You are sorry for everything. You're sorry for falling asleep, which is a normal human action. I mean, yeah, even I blame myself for some things. And yeah, I apologize for some of the stupidest things. But I don't apologize for everything. Stop apologizing for everything. And you too, you just witnessed me laying down the law. As long as you were here when I still awoke, I would be happy. Lou seemed speechless, opening his mouth a few times as if trying to find words, until he eventually did. I'm going to read the last two paragraphs of this without throwing up. I was only doing what a good boyfriend should, he replied and smiled warmly. I'm glad he likes sleeping next to me, though. He saw Jeff blush. Jeff can't blush, his skin was burned off. And I'm pretty sure you can't blush without skin. Because your skin has to turn red or pink in order for you to be blushing. Anyway, and then smiled back.
You would know all about that, wouldn't you?
Shut up. Thank you, was all Thank you, was all Jeff said, before he and Lou fell into a sweet, dreamless sleep.
Finally.
It's finally over. Okay, now that was the last of that ship. Okay, you know what? We're gonna do multiple shipping videos.
No, please.
Oh, yes. Yes, definitely.
No, she's gonna touch me more. Send help.
Oh, no, it's not Woodcest next time. It is going to be Masky X Hoodie.
That's still bad.
And it's not as bad.
Still bad.
Not as bad. You shouldn't freak out about that one because it's not nearly as bad. Okay, anyway, say bye, Ryan.
Bye.
The Ringmaster is signing out.